Everything's going right. Did you have your papers there shuffled?
Yeah. I have to have my notebook so that I can, because I find it much harder to turn take when we're on the screen. So I like take notes of the things that are popping into my head, yeah, it's just a different style, isn't it, to being face
I
to
do the
face.
same. I do exactly the same.
Yeah.
That's funny. I don't think I've ever mentioned that to you before either. I don't think you've ever said it to.
No,
That's
no.
quite funny.
And yeah, we're both doing the same. But it is so much harder to manage not talking over each other. And I don't know why that is, whether it's just we read each other's energy when we're in each other's like presence. So
Yeah, definitely.
apologies.
I think there's a bit of a tech. It's just a slight lag as well. So like
Yes.
normally where I'd sense you about to breathe or something, maybe I'd
Yeah.
start. I'm not that I'm any better at letting you talk when you are here. I'm just as good at interrupting.
No, but I agree though. I think there is a slight delay because sometimes it's like I'll stay quiet just to check, is she finished? Does she want to say anything else? Because I don't want to interrupt her. And then we both go to talk at the same time. And it's like, like I was really trying there.
It's a nightmare, isn't it? And I feel like COVID made everyone realize these difficulties. Like suddenly, like you're having to be at work with people that you've been at work with for maybe 10 years, and now you're seeing them through a screen. You're like,
Yeah. I can't bounce off you anymore.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if younger people have a better time with it. Just like maybe it's a newer tech that we just cannot.
Yeah, they're just more natural with it, aren't they? Because it's just been their norm. So I was actually thinking, last week somebody put in the chat, introduce yourselves. And I thought we never do that, do we? Because we've got our returning community. I thought maybe we should start this week just introducing who we are and like what we
Yeah,
offer.
that's a great idea.
Just and then perhaps we'll try and remember to do it each week. Just like a brief, set the scene type thing for any new people that are jumping in that first few minutes.
Yeah, definitely. Oh God, the pressure's on now. Go on, you suggested it. You're first.
Okay. So my name is Lindsay and I have been working in specialist education for over 15 years, supporting young people with neurodivergence. That led me to realise my own neurodivergence and find labels other than weird and over the top and attention seeker that fitted my brain a lot better. And I then was inspired to found the A Different Human Design platform, and that is where Steph and I met through that work. Well, kind of. There is a backstory, but we won't go there. And then we founded A Different Podcast official off the back of that neurodiversity platform.
Which is where you guys are now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I am Steph. I am a psychotherapist. I got into that because I spent most of my childhood thinking all I could do was draw. And that was never going to get me any money. I tried my hardest to get some money out of that and it just didn't work. At the same time, I was battling with misunderstood mental health problems. And then by the age of 21, I was finally diagnosed with bipolar and ADHD, which all the self-discovery led to me being like, okay, I'm going to be a psychotherapist. I'm going to learn to help myself. And through that, just really enjoyed helping other people. And then I saw what Lindsay was doing. And I reached out and was like, oh my God, let me be involved, please. I want to video you. I want to show the world how incredible you are. I, again, selfishly, like my university course, want to learn. What are you doing, girl? How do I get some of that? I've still not fully worked out. At least I've worked it out. Can I achieve it myself? No, we're made of different things. But in this journey, I think we've learned that like we have our strengths, we have our challenges, but where one of us lacks, the other one generally is quite good at picking up. And yeah, I think it's really good that we've combined our efforts, a psychotherapist and a teacher being able to bring you instant advice here on a platform. And then from this, you've been working on your own little project that we can then, it's a vessel for us to travel around and spread A Different Human Design and the Different Podcast official to the world. And that is
Bus different. Your ticket to a higher vibe.
Bus different is incredible and it needs all your prayers right now because she's getting fixed and she needs some love and support.
She does.
She
She's getting
does.
there though.
So yeah, that's what we do. That's who we are. I think we managed to put that
Yeah,
quite well.
capture it. Yeah, exactly. And also,
Concisely,
can I
right,
just
Rosie?
say, Steph doesn't just draw; she draws incredibly well, like incredibly talented. And
Thank
for
you.
me, I just think if somebody with that level of talent can't be appreciated, like in this capitalist society with a career path from that to me just like shows the problems that we've got with the system, that there's this one size fits all. There's one lot of standards that we kind of tick the boxes against and like sod all the other talents. And the beauty of the human race is how diverse we are, so why are we so caught up on the same skills?
No, definitely. It's from like a school educational level, like trying to fit into boxes, up to like, are you what a brand wants to work with? Are you what, I don't know, an arts organization want to work with? It's such a like, oh, but hats off to any artist, because I know there is a lot of like self
Yeah,
promoting. It's all that. And yeah, my hats off to all of them, because
yeah,
it is
all
quite the
artists,
job.
we know how hard that creative industry is to, you know, it starts off as a hobby and then you want it to become your work because you enjoy it. But quite often the creative side's just expected to be done for like minimal or exposure or whatever, isn't it? It's never the funded avenue.
Yeah. No, definitely. And then there's that idea of so many unrealized talents, or people that aren't putting themselves out there for whatever reason. They're anxious or worried that people will judge them for even trying. And there's so many artists out there that nobody knows are artists.
Yeah,
That makes me
totally.
sad.
It makes me sad as well. And I had a thought that came twice while you were talking there, and now that I've like gone to say it, it's obviously jumped straight out of my mind. But that is the point of this platform, is for us to raise that awareness of neurodivergence, so that those of you that are out there just thinking, oh my god, it's my fault, and like blaming yourself, it's not. It's like, let's understand our brains, let's understand why we behave the way we do, why we make the choices we do, and then together as a community see if we can improve that and improve the prospects. That's what I was going to say. So even in education, being a neurodivergent in education, I started in alternative education specialist, and that was great. When I went into mainstream, I was like the rejected naughty child in mainstream. Like,
Yeah.
it was bizarre. Like, people can read your energy and they just hate anything that's outside of the box. So even working in mainstream education was not successful for me. So I totally understand the plight of the students, because I had to find the alternative provisions to feel accepted. But that is what's wrong with, you're neurodivergent, you go out into the world of work, you're not accepted all over again.
It's just like, how do we need to change society. I love this like mental health, and obviously I'll always dedicate my life to helping people and giving them advice, but realistically they're not the ones that need all the change.
Yeah.
Society needs a big upheave and a
Shake
big
up.
change. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
it absolutely
We've got
does.
some comments. Dane says, hi guys. Hey Dane, thanks for
Hey
joining.
there.
We've got some highs. AJ, I am. Love that.
Welcome,
Just I
guys.
am.
Welcome. And then what
We've
have we
been
got
told
here?
the acts of the flesh are obvious: sexual immortality, impurity, debauchery,
Debauchery.
idolatry, and witchcraft, hatred, discord, jealousy, fits of rage, selfish ambition. I'm waiting to see where this goes.
I know,
Drunkenness,
same.
orgies, and the like. Some of these are fun. I warn you, as I did before, that these are not inherit the kingdom of God. Okay. And Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. I am the Father
All right,
are
Russell
one.
Brand.
Before Abraham was I am Alpha and the Omega. I'm glad you got that out today. That's what I was missing today, is a bit of Bible.
Welcome, Laura, just in time for a little bit of early podcast preaching. Now, don't get me wrong. We are we are accepting, non-judgmental of anybody's religion. Absolutely, you know, each to your own, and we're more than up for people sharing their beliefs, their viewpoints.
Bring your all kinds of beliefs, as long as they're not offensive. Bring them all. You're all welcome. I love that. I love God, love Jesus. They're great. Do I love organized religion? Not really.
Yeah, that's
But
the same as me.
I am not the center of the universe, and I don't make all the rules. How's your tattoo going?
I just realised that I was getting distracted. It's like it's at the peeling
Itchy.
stage, so it's like it's a bit itchy, and like I'm trying not to bother it. You know, just let it heal. Yeah, just ignore it. Yeah, tap it. Sensation's what I need.
It's horrible, though, isn't it?
So this it's Mental Health Awareness Week. We advertised this podcast as a mental health edition, and if anybody has got like questions or perspectives or needs advice on something specific, get involved in the chat. Usually we kind of like leave the chat till the end or like a little point in the podcast, but we're going to keep an eye on it throughout. But we're also aware that people may be joining just hoping to like gain some general kind of like input. So we'll just begin, shall we, and just see where it kind of leads?
Well, I got 3 emails.
Oh, wicked.
So, and they're pretty good. They're all very good questions.
Excellent. This is what I like. I always wanted to be an agony aunt.
Get ready. This is our version. How do you know when you're burnt out versus just emotionally exhausted from life? I think that's such a good question, because we all can get tired, right? How do you know when it is burnout? How do you know when it is this, like, it's not just this surface level, like, oh. For me, on a physiological level, I'd say if it's when sleep, support, food, a bit of space, like a weekend of rest isn't fixing it.
Yeah. The things that would usually help aren't touching it. It's something more.
Yeah, definitely. It's something much deeper, right? It's your whole nervous system has been struggling to cope for so long that it's now not managing to cope in the way that it's supposed to. That's my best way of explaining it.
So there's 2 things. Firstly, burnout perhaps would last longer, maybe, you know, like with emotional, I can't remember how they worded it, but you know, like the emotional side of things, you know, you have a bad day.
Exhausted. Yeah,
emotional exhaustion. You'll have a bad day, you'll have a good night's sleep, you have like a chat with your best friend or whatever it is that usually makes you feel better. Burnout, however, nothing touches it. It probably lasts longer. And when I'm burnt out, I feel emotionless. I may be emotional on the lead up, but the actual burnout itself is like flat.
Numbness is a very common reaction. That's your body protecting itself. Like, no, I've got nothing left, so nothing.
Yeah. You're not going to feel anything until you actually take your foot off the pedal and sort it out.
Yeah, and other people can look at you like, how are they getting on with this? How are they dealing with this situation? You're like, they're not. They just, it's I mean, some people are, go then.
See, I for a long time didn't know how to rest or how to stop or how to recognize the warning signs. So all I could do was just go, burn out. And then come out the other side of burnout, go. You know, like it was almost the only cycle that I knew. It was the cycle that my whole life was built around, was just full on or nothing. That all or
I'm in exactly the same boat. And it's even like, I don't know, I get them moments where I'm like, okay, I know I'm burnt out, I need to do something about it. But then that other voice takes over where it's like, but life is so difficult right now, I can't take my foot off the pedal. Can you relate
or you're
to
so
that?
Close. Maybe if you've been working on something, it's like, you're so close, don't give up now. And it's like, it's not giving up, like.
Right? It's like, I'm behind on stuff. The last thing I need is to give myself a break. It's to like, the last thing, like, it's going to stress me out more. And I'll put that off and put that off and put that off until I just have to have, well, you know me, a month where no one can get on contact with me.
And that, like you say, had you done the little breaks, you'd have been overall more efficient and effective. it's a learning
Yeah.
curve in that respect, right?
I think you've mentioned something about this before where, like, I can't remember the phrase now, but it's something like it has to be, you're like, oh, I don't have time for it, or you will have time for it if it means that you have to take up all that time after. It's suddenly worth doing it
Yeah, yeah,
regularly,
yeah.
consistently, in small amounts.
There's something like, if you don't make time for rest, your body will force you to, or something, isn't there? Where it's basically saying like, because that's the thing. At the end of
Yeah.
the day, we're all guilty of ignoring the little warning signs, but our body, it's basically, think of a car with a dashboard, and like those little lights start to ping on. They're not
Yeah.
massive issues if you deal with them straight away, but if you keep ignoring the warning lights, eventually the whole engine seizes. And it's a very similar thing with the body, isn't it? It's like, you push that to the side, you're a bit tearful, or it's all right, I've just got a lot on my plate, I'm a bit tired, yeah, but I've been busy, and the next thing like you say, you're cutting yourself off and feeling like a failure, and the next, it's all blown out of proportion.
Like, oh, I probably should have just slept and eaten, and then I would probably dealt with that a bit better. But sometimes it's just not the case. Life is hard. It's really hard.
It is, and we've still not always found the answers yet, have we? We're still living it as we go. We share our perspectives, but we're still, both of us, like, have our moments where we've suffered with burnout because we have ignored the signs, even though we know better.
Yeah. No, exactly. The only difference is because when you're trained in it, you recognize in it, you're like, oh, I'm doing it again, but you still can't stop.
Yeah, that's ADHD for you, though, isn't it? Knowing
But
better, but
I think it's really important to understand how little some people, I think quite a lot of people, actually understand the feelings in their body, the
yeah,
emotions that are arising as they're happening. You made a really good post, was it yesterday or today,
yeah,
about calling
that
out your
processing,
emotions.
yeah.
Name them.
And I did that accidentally because obviously I'm going through my meds journey, and it's like I'll have a great day, then the next day I have a horrible day, and I'm still unsure if it's my medication, if it's just I'm having a bad day. It's like been really, really difficult. And I'm
Yeah.
stopping at my mum's at the minute as well. So usually I'm on my own all of the time, but because I'm at my mum's, I said to her, I feel
Yeah.
really panicky. I feel really panicky and tearful. And the minute I said it, it lost its power over me. So it was an accident that I actually used the tactic. I've heard the tactic before, and it
Yeah.
was actually a complete accident. And I immediately felt so much better. And I thought, that's because I've named the emotion. It's allowed me to move through the emotion, kind of thing.
Yeah. You brought it into the room.
Yeah.
You've introduced it. What is there to be? All right, there's nothing about it now. It's out. I've
Yeah.
introduced
Yeah.
it to the person that's in the room with me. It's
Yeah.
here. This is it.
It shocked me how much better I felt immediately for saying it out loud. But did you see that somebody had commented on my video that I put it on my YouTube channel, and somebody's commented saying that it's basically like devil worship or something, that doing that. I've not like further Googled what they're talking about. It's certainly nothing I've ever heard of. So it's like, is this a concept I've just never come across, or is this just somebody jumping on? And it's a weird one.
Yeah, I need more context.
Yeah, we'll have a look at it. We'll report back next week. But can I just
Yeah.
say, in terms of the burnout thing, I so one tactic I would say for that is trying to have that person in your family or friend or whatever that can kind of like check in on each other, because I used to like lock myself away in this little writing shed that I had, and I'd be like, "Ugh, I've got so much to do. I've got all these ideas. I want to write this content, that content." I'd be like blasting it all out. And sometimes, obviously, you're hitting a writer's block or whatever, you're getting distracted. But my
Mhm.
mum would always say, "Do you want to come for a walk?" And just as in, like, she'd be going for a walk, so she'd knock on the window, "Do you want to come for a walk?" And I'd be so tempted to be like, "No, I haven't got time." But part of me would feel too guilty to not, like, the people pleasing me. I'd be like, "Yeah, okay, like, let's go." And then I would feel so much better, more clear-headed and more productive after that walk, that through the experience, I would start forcing myself to take a break from the desk, because it's actually going to be more efficient. So maybe having someone, that can kind of like check in, or you can make a pact that once a week you're going to go for a walk around this really beautiful like lake or whatever it is, but try and put those like things in place.
Yeah, definitely. And that's a really good idea. If you're someone that doesn't get out very much, if you're quite introverted, there are online spaces that equally, I feel like there's communities that you can reach out to. This is most
Yeah.
definitely one. Maybe it's your, do you know what I'm going to do? Once a week, join a different podcast from
Yeah,
6
live.
p.m. to 7 p.m. and just hang out with us. Ugh, you don't have to talk, you don't have to ask anything, but we're here if you ever feel the need to.
And then
Um,
following that moon cycle, I know I bang on about it, but again, because I just couldn't stop. Like it was partly ADHD, partly like trauma, toxic independence, this need to succeed. And when I started following the moon, it was like every 28 days or so, I know there's going to be a full moon, and that day I'm going to do something nice with my friends. I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to have a fire. I'm going to have a ritual. And I really had to force it because people say about self-care, you know, when you're built like with an ADHD type brain, you don't want to take the break. The bath might be beautiful. Like I love a bath, I love a goddess bath, but I still have to force myself to do it.
I'm the same.
So
I've not brushed my hair in about 2 weeks. I just brushed it. I don't want to talk about how long I've not washed it in. That
yeah,
like I don't know what that looks like in the back, but I
that
can't
looks
see the
all
back,
right.
so I don't
You're
care.
pulling it off. But it
You
is,
really
isn't
pull
it?
off
It's
that
like
dirty look.
that usual just like advice of, oh well, you know, take an evening off. It's like, do you not get, I get a lot of dopamine from my work. Taking the evening off isn't a treat, it feels like a chore. But I also am aware at this point in my life that if I don't take some time off, I become a very boring, horrible person.
Boring, horrible to be around. Yeah, definitely. I fully relate to that. And it's not just having that that time off, sorry. It's making sure that that time that you are having off is really doing the most it can. Like you're really
Yeah.
filling up that cup with,
Yeah.
like you say, self-care, however that looks. I mean,
Yeah.
allowing
Making a dinner
yourself.
from
Sometimes the
scratch.
self-care is just being able to tell yourself, no, I deserve this break right now and I need it. It's essential that I give myself that.
Because that's the thing,
Um,
isn't it? We don't have to earn breaks. We don't have to be like, I deserve a break. Because if you've got imposter syndrome or whatever, then you're never going to feel like you deserve it. The break should be built in regardless, like before the burnout comes. Hence why that moon, following the moon phases really helped me, because it was like, right, it's full moon that day. And now I do full moon and new moon rituals. So it's like twice a month. I know that I've got an evening where I'm going to journal. I'm going to take it easy a little bit. And I have to force myself to do it because I
yeah.
want to just consistently work. But it actually fills my cup.
Definitely. There's something to be said about breaks. You know, there's people that are talking about the four-day weekend, and it's being tried out in certain countries, and they're
Mm.
showing that just as much productivity is happening in those 4 days of work as there with the 5 days.
Yeah.
So much is happening with ADHD care. We understand that being able to break the day into tasks and have multiple breaks in between these certain tasks,
Yeah.
like break things down, have a movement break, we're understanding that these things are vital for the
More.
ADHD brain to process
Yeah.
things and to not get burnt out just by one day of work.
We've just been having this conversation because I've just been to a fabulous company in town called Voyager, who are helping us with our like promo and marketing and stuff. And God, what were you saying? What is wrong with my brain today?
I forgot it because I thought I was able to.
Yeah.
I let it go.
It's something to do with
Chat.
the way society is, that, you know, that these breaks don't happen. God, I can't remember. But anyway, let's have a quick look at this chat, because we've got Kat in the chat. She's saying, I'm really good at ignoring the warning signs, but it's hard to look after myself when my load is huge, and I'd rather make sure everyone else is okay. And that is such a common issue with like women, with families, with children. You know, they are the trunk of the tree that's holding everything together, and yet they're the ones that always see to themselves last. And yet without the trunk of the tree, like the branches aren't going to thrive, you know. So it's such a catch-22 and really common.
Ain't it? What's that song? You make me do too much labor.
I don't know whether I've heard it. I like it though.
No.
Just getting an hour off is hard. I totally get having to push myself to give myself a break because there's always something to do. That is it. That's why you have to schedule those breaks in, because it's like, otherwise it's not going to happen. What type of ADHD are you diagnosed with? Combined type, so all of it.
But difficult to treat, obviously.
Yes, it's like what I've found is that being medicated for ADHD and quieting my brain down has actually revealed, like, it's like shadow work in itself, because it's revealed other layers to myself that I was perhaps too busy with other stuff to even know existed.
Wow.
Like
That's
this
really
last 2
interesting.
weeks, suffering with like a rage, a real intense rage against all the injustice, like not just in my life, but in the world. And it's like, I'm not sure if it's because the meds are allowing my emotions to simmer. So it's allowing other things to come up. I don't know, but yeah, it's crazy.
That's the reason I'm fucking obsessed with politics at the minute. Is
Probably.
these meds get me off them.
Yeah, it might be though. You know what I mean? Because it's like managing
slow my brain down. I don't want to notice this stuff. If I can ignore, no, I don't want to be ignorant. But the idea is funny.
It is hard, isn't it? Like trying to get that balance of enough ignorance so that you're not ruining your life over stuff you can't always like do anything about. Sometimes you've got to just watch the carnage unfold, which is the most painful, torturous thing in the world. You just want to like bang your head against a brick wall.
Yeah, definitely. You can only do so much, right? And then the rest is up for everyone else.
And this is the thing, it's like things like our podcast and the conversations that we have, hopefully we are raising our own vibration, having these conversations, therefore we're having a positive impact on people around us. You know, there'll be things that we're saying that people are taking away, like that ripple effect.
No,
got to look at the positives.
I've just realised that who asked you about your ADHD is Laura, as in Laura.
Yeah.
Hey, Laura.
Laura.
As in Laura.
I'm combined
Boy, you're brilliant.
I'm combined to I love it quiet in my brain, but I haven't got the get up and go. That's definitely, I'm really weighing up at the minute. Like, yes, I'm not as overwhelmed, but then on the other hand, it's changed the things that are prioritized and stuff. So yeah, it's like trying to weigh up. And even like on Monday, I had such a bad day on it. It was like I had more of the shakes and like the anxiety of it wearing off and like stuff like that than I had focus. And I just thought, it's adding to my plate. I've got such a mental load as it is. And now trying to manage this medication is actually adding issues. And like, so I was ready to give it all up. But then yesterday I had a really good day on it again. So it's like, oh God, even that's confusing.
It's really confusing. It's such a like, it's so, you are impacted. Those medications are impacted with how different your sleep is, how much you eat, how much air you took into your system, how much you exercised, what your mood was, whether you're on your period, whether someone said something that pissed you off the day before. There's so many things impact how these medications affect you, because it's a stimulant. It's there in the moment. It's the same as when people are like, oh, I'm not going to drink, I'm not going to eat before I drink because then I'll get drunk faster. People understand that putting your body in a different state, a different condition will warrant different effects from substances. And it's just difficult because not everyone lives their life in this like, I have this for breakfast every day, I go to bed at 10 o'clock and then I get up at the same time and I have the same like it just doesn't, it's not realistic. But now you've had these few weeks of experience in it. I want to take you back to something that we've had asked many times on this channel. Do you think people are at risk of abusing this and getting addicted? Do you think you're just getting these now because you're addicted?
No.
Could you quite happily, if someone said you don't need these, go, okay, thank you.
Yeah, I totally understand now your frustrations when people use the medication as like, oh, that's why everyone's getting diagnosed because they just want the medication, which even as a non-medicated ADHD, I had no understanding of how frustrating that sentence would be. But obviously now I know how difficult the meds are. It's not a sudden quick fix. It's not a sudden like, oh, and now you're cured, you know. So it's like, no, that's not the reason. I would not take these at a party to like to enjoy myself. I can assure you,
No.
it's horrid.
He'd be at the party being like, keep talking to me because the second you stop talking, I might throw up. It's like, this isn't
That
fun.
is it. Yeah, that is it, innit? It's like, it's that intensity of like just needing to feel occupied type thing. Because the minute you're not, you're like, oh, I don't feel right. I don't feel right. Like, oh God, yeah.
It's internally uncomfortable. It is like having rats in your body just running around, just like, do you have it at
That
night when you're
part.
trying to rest that you can't rest in like nothing's comfortable. I'm not
Yeah.
settling. I got to
Yeah.
the point where I'd sit on my, I think I've mentioned, I'd sit on my sofa upside down with my legs in the air, but that was the closest I could get to comfort. And I think it was just that it was harder to move from that place that I was like, oh, I'll give up.
And it was like almost providing a stimulation because you're like sitting abnormally, if you know what I mean. The bit that I found hard has been where I just feel really like agitated, and it's kind of a combination of feeling tearful, restless, and just not know. I just don't want to feel like this, and there's nothing I can do to like stop it. Like, so I'll have a shower and trying to shake the feeling, then I'm eating, trying to shake the feel. Oh, it's just, yeah, really, really hard work.
No, definitely. It's one of the things that I can't stress enough, that these things aren't anywhere near as bad once you get used to the medication. But at the same time,
Yeah.
there is still a chance that this isn't the medication for you. Do you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah, yeah.
it must
It's
be a
just a
really
learning
difficult
curve.
period to be like, am I putting up with this for no reason, or is it
Yeah,
actually going to pay off? It's hard, right?
it is. So, shall we move on from burnout to did you say you'd got another little question for us?
Yeah, Laura just said, Steph, you need to chat to Isla. She's always telling me about politics and why I should and shouldn't vote for certain parties.
Oh, that's adorable, I think, isn't it?
We'd get on very well, I'm sure.
And Taz is great. She's really into politics. It's nice to hear the youngsters, you know, we need
Not
them to be
afraid of
like
it.
passionate about it and to be like
Yeah,
bringing in their youthful opinions, because they don't need old farts like us saying what they need. You know, we need to hear their voices too.
no, definitely. And can I say working class kids as well, not just these
Yeah,
kids that are sent from posh schools to go into these jobs, like real
yeah.
people with
Kids
real
that get it.
experiences that will
Mm.
contribute perfectly in the future. Shout out Isla and to
And to
Grace.
Grace. Yeah.
Okay, so why do so many neurodivergent people get labeled as difficult before they get support? I mean,
Ooh.
I'd like to add a caveat to that and say after support as well.
Yeah. When does the difficult part end?
People
Um,
always call you that.
I've just had this conversation as well at Voyager, so just going back to Voyager, I'm not going to forget what I was saying, which is so we were talking about when you're at school and so as an autistic person, I think it's harder than a neurotypical person to let something go when like a fact's been said wrong, or like, so, you know, if a teacher makes a mistake, I think an autistic person finds it harder to let that mistake go, so they want to correct it. Now, I love it when my students have got more knowledge than me on a subject. I don't, because I've not got that ego like of I'm the teacher. Rah, rah, rah. I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. Like, no way. Even if they're telling me something and I know it's not true, I never shut them down as like, no, that's not right. I'm like, no way. No way. Is it? Come on then, let's Google it.
Let's have a
No,
look.
I don't think
Really?
so. So that
Yeah.
I like, so I engage them still and we find out the answer together, where I'm like, no, you must have got confused. Look, it's actually that. Because I
I
don't
love that.
believe in like putting somebody down just because they dared to say, I think you're wrong. But I
I
think
love
that's
that.
where it comes from, being labeled difficult, because you question things, you can't follow rules that don't make sense. You don't believe in like authority, like respect is deserved type thing, not just because someone stood at the front of the room saying, you will respect me. It's like, no, I won't.
Logically, it makes no sense. I need that explained. Don't ask questions. You're like, God damn
Yeah.
it, I'm never going to
I,
understand this.
I was sent out so much for asking why as a kid, and it's still a problem in schools these days. And for me, the question why is not the problem. The problem is that you can't answer that. That's the
It
problem.
triggered you as a teacher. You're like, you shouldn't. It's yeah, I love that you do that, because I think this points to a big societal problem, and that is that, especially within this country, we have this huge focus on correcting rather than understanding. So I
Yeah.
love that your response is to understand. Really? Is it? Let's look. Curiosity is amazing. It works so
Yeah,
much better than judgment. So it's just such a simple, like how,
switch in approach.
yeah, if your job is to teach, you want to teach kids, right?
Mm.
Why are you pissed off when they ask you
Yeah.
to learn?
Why are you trying to control them?
I just, like, way to kill a kid's like love for learning.
Yeah. That's the thing that kills me the most, is that when you cut somebody off, you have then impacted their confidence for their future being able to put their hand up or put themselves out there. So I always see it as like it's a gift that they're trusting me with their opinion, or they're trusting me with their knowledge, or whatever it is, and you should treat that carefully. You don't just smash it on the floor. You know, like-
This is anything, right? If anyone came in and they were like, "Oh my god, I love strawberries. I just found out that cows, they come from cows." Like, that's
yeah, why would you
ridiculous.
go, oh no they don't? You'd be like, you might laugh along and be like,
First, I
what,
want to
where have you
know,
heard that?
where have you got that from? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
I want to know. Not, is it true, is it not? I don't know.
yeah,
Something
yeah.
happens where actually the species of cows is what's fermented across the planet, and that's where strawberry. I don't actually know that.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not a
exactly.
botanist. I'm not a scientist like that. I don't know. I don't know that stuff. So yeah, I just,
So are
it's
we labelled as more difficult because the standard expectation for our society as it stands are people that don't make other people, they don't make anything difficult, do they? The expectation is that we, yes sir, no sir, you know, how high shall I jump sir type thing.
yeah.
And neurodivergent people are outside of those expectations. That's why they've been labelled in the first place. So, you know, you wouldn't be seen as difficult if the society we lived in praised those traits. You'd find the person that just stood there conforming difficult, because you'd be like, come on, wake up, you know, think for yourself. So yeah, it's like contextual.
Yeah, definitely. It's that comparison, isn't it? Where if it was the medical model, like, is someone in a wheelchair in the same, they don't get the same judgment, right? It just doesn't happen. There's no like,
Yeah.
oh, you're just being difficult, being in the pavement on the way, in the way, get out the, just wanting your own ramps, like no one's. And if
Yeah,
you are
that's
talking
such a
like
good
that,
point.
that's disgusting.
Yeah. No, but that's such a good analogy to make, isn't it? That like we almost kind of like have like disabilities or things that we see as legitimate, and you know, we think we're okay to judge
Yeah.
whether that's deserved of that or not.
The mighty Nigel Farage this week was talking about how he spoke to several head teachers who are saying that ADHD is being overdiagnosed and it's gaining too much benefits for people. Please tell me, Lindsay, what head teacher you've ever ran into that's a psychologist?
Well, and to be honest, that even has that opinion, you know,
What,
it's just like,
your job is to run our school.
yeah. And
Leave
do you know
the support and understanding to us.
that? And the thing is, it's like, do we need somebody else that's got like a lot of influence yet again trashing ADHD? No, we don't. We need them to understand it.
Nope.
Do
You
you know,
mean, yeah.
I came across an educational psychologist that didn't believe in dyslexia. And I was just like, why are you employing them? It's not something that you decide whether you believe in or not. That's the thing that frustrates me. Like, it doesn't make it not exist just because you don't believe in it. But I was like, that's an educational psychologist. So what's he doing when he sees these kids not being able to like grasp phonics the same way as their classmates? Are they saying that like,
Wow.
I don't know, I just couldn't get my head around it.
That's an interesting, like, by those measures, then, I don't believe in council tax.
Yeah,
Does that work?
that's
It doesn't,
great.
does it? The
I love
council are
that.
still coming to
I
my
don't
door
believe in
saying, hey,
insurance. Yeah.
after not paying within 30 days, they can demand the whole pissing year. Like, I'm
Yeah, just
not,
be like, well,
things,
I don't
you can't
believe in
just
it though.
poof. Okay, good for
That's
you,
really
bro.
funny. But
God's
it's
sake.
crazy though, isn't it? When you've got people that are in charge of certain areas or have got like highly influential positions to have such uninformed, uneducated opinions. Because
Yeah.
it's like, what you should say is, I don't have enough knowledge to comment on this.
One thing you might appreciate from reform is there's been loads coming out recently because of the local election, and we will move on. It is relevant, I promise. In one of their recent elections, if you don't know, councils are responsible for your roads, your schools, the resources that go to like local areas, local organisations. Um, Young lad, new reform councillor, he's like, I'd like to talk about UFOs.
Excellent.
We need to start releasing this. There's shots of every other councillor just like, what do you want Gloucestershire Council to do, bro? We, have there been some? Like, it's amazing. It's kind of
I
watching it
love
like,
that.
no, carry on. I don't want to stop this. Carry on. This is great.
And it's like, go and have a look. If there's any files, mate, come on, share them.
I'm all down for you going into these UFO files. They're not going to be at Gloucestershire Council.
No,
You might want to go to a government level.
Oh,
But bless him. Actually, he used a different word, and maybe you can clarify this. It wasn't UFOs. It was something like UAP.
UAPs. Yeah.
What does that stand for?
Unidentified aerial phenomena. So basically UFO is unidentified flying object, but because there was so much stigma attached to that as like, oh, have you got your tinfoil hat on when people said about UFOs, when they suddenly wanted us to take them seriously, they renamed it as an unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP.
Wow.
And then you have, I think it's like USPs or something, like unidentifiable submergible phenomena, but whichever ones are because they're realizing how many go into the ocean now as well. So there's like that side of things. But
Wow. We need another aliens episode, I think.
oh yeah, we absolutely do. And yeah, no, that's just a complete different thought. Let's not go there.
But yeah, I feel like we've
Yeah.
answered that pretty well. Society, right, needs fixing way more than you ever will need.
Yes, absolutely.
Can masking become so normal that you don't actually know who you are anymore?
Oh my god. Yes. I'm like 39 tomorrow, and I'm still have those days where I'm like, who am I? I don't know who I am. Like, is that the mask? Am I just being that person? Like, oh god, confusing.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same, and I feel like even in different situations, I feel like there's a few core people that truly know who I am, who I unmask around. Um, the general population, I struggle, man. I just that's when I know I'm burnt out, is when my mask doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. But masking
Um,
is the burnout cause as well, though, right? If you're doing a lot of masking, you burn out a lot quicker.
that's my coping mechanism, and that is no longer serving me. I am burnt out. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh my God. Um, I feel like as you get older as well, like I've went through teenage years being like, who am I? As most
Yeah.
teenagers are. But it felt like it never really stopped. Like, who am I? Who am I? And it feels like
Yeah.
there's societal rules. Like if I identify more alternative with like tattoos and stuff, that was
Mm.
fine as I was younger, although I still felt like I needed permission from certain groups to dress that way, to act that
Yeah.
way. Now as an adult, I'm battling the age aspect. Like,
Yeah.
should I still have my lips pierced? Which is just a stupid thing. Of course, why not?
Yeah. I did
But
exactly
like,
the same with my tongue piercing though. I was like, I'm 30 now. Should I take my tongue piercing out?
and then it's also understanding that like these also aren't who I am. Do you know what I mean? This is
Yeah.
also another mask. Like this is just me liking something, being like, oh, that's a societal thing that fits in. Like, oh, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's a really who am I is yeah. It took me a
I
long
mean,
time.
it isn't like maybe the point of life is the evolution because we don't stay the same and we shouldn't stay the same, So there's kind of like two elements, isn't there? There's masking, which is separate, but then there's core identity as well, which
Yeah,
probably does
definitely.
develop and change as you have experiences.
Yeah, definitely. It evolves continuously and with no
I mean,
stopping, right?
when it comes to that specific question though, was it how do I know when the masking ends and the real me begins type thing?
It just like, can masking become so normal that you don't actually know who you are?
Okay,
That is
yeah.
literally just the
Yeah, no, and
no
I
good,
think the
no
answer to that is
sign off.
yes.
Yeah,
But it's more
100%.
like, is there any way of identifying in the moment whether you are masking or not? What would be the like identifier?
Um, how do you know if you're masking? It takes a lot of self-awareness, right? But also, I think a really good question is I'm better at reflecting when I'm not masking. Like, certain things pop up when I'm like, "Ooh, I wouldn't be feeling confident to do that right now if I was with certain people." Or I'll
Mm.
be with certain people and have the need to, like, I don't know, sing something loudly. And I just say, "No, don't do that." Definitely don't do that.
Yeah.
Or whether it's make a certain joke or reference to something. Um, Obviously, certain types of people will always call for different social cues and
Because
ways
that's
of
the other thing,
acting.
isn't it? Yeah.
But it's when I'm, like, in a social setting and, like, the people aren't that close to me, I still have that, like, I don't know, I feel really tense, and I feel like
Yeah.
I'm looking like, how do I stand? How do I am I still
It's that
smiling? Like
it's more you notice when you leave the situation and it's like you take a sigh of relief even though you weren't holding your breath. And it's only when
Yeah.
I feel that sensation that I know that I was either uncomfortable or masking. I don't always really know it in the moment. It's more when I leave the moment and then I'm like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. It's weird, isn't it?
mm.
I feel like when I am masking, I'm a lot more conscious of me.
Yeah,
Um,
and each quirk that you're doing and stuff.
Now what do I do with my hand? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I actually think that there's a lot to me. I've always lacked self-awareness. So I've actually always been a little
Not
bit
not
more,
nodding like, "Yeah." No.
but it's more that opposite end of the spectrum where I didn't know that I was supposed to be masculine for many, many years. So, you know, I would be like out there and like accidentally offending people or getting myself into trouble that I didn't understand because I didn't know why people were taking me the wrong way. Maybe booze was my biggest masking element because when I drank, I became the confident social butterfly that I always felt that I was underneath the awkwardness. So maybe actually drunk me was masking.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance that this idea, like, the confident me underneath all this is this a more of a want rather than someone that
Yeah.
does exist without the alcohol. That's a really interesting.
Because when I stopped drinking, I really miss my like crazy side. But on the other hand, that was the side that I was taking control of because I couldn't trust her. Like, I'd have one drink and then she's in control. And it's like, and I cannot trust that's happening anymore. So so I did
You
have
don't
to
let her
say
drive anymore.
RIP. I had to say RIP to that version of myself. And I do miss her sometimes because I want to just like let go to that level of not caring kind of thing. But then you
What
can't
is it,
pick
do
and
you think,
choose.
that stops us? Because I feel exactly the same. There's certain things, especially on a night out, and I don't
Yeah.
know why. It definitely shouldn't be attributed because some of the best times I've had have been like at sober raves. Like I've
Yeah.
felt just as like, whoa, I had a great time. But I feel like that fully letting myself go in front
Yeah.
of people, I just can't. Like I can to a certain amount, but it's at my own detriment. I'm stopping myself from feeling that
Yeah.
freeness. What's that about?
And the thing is as well, I will happily I think I can get to that next stage where I can let go, I can dance, I can sing on karaoke
Yeah,
and all of that. My bit is that I was actually better at those things when I'd had a drink
yeah,
because those inhibitions would come down even further. So the thing I can't access is like performer me. Like that I really want to try stand-up comedy. Um, I love this idea of like being daft and like when we did D&D, like really getting into the role and all the rest of it. But I can't if I'd
yeah.
had a drink, I'd nail that. And the same even with pole dancing. So I was going through some old like videos of me when I was pole dancing, and I was really impressed with how good I was. Only a few, and kind of devastated, like why didn't I continue? But I remember that I would have a dance, and then I'd sit down and have a glass of wine and go on social media and what have you. Then I'd go back to my pole and I would smash it. I'd be amazing. And I think, but like, I don't want to have a glass of wine to feel confident. But it's not even like I'm feeling different. I'm just better at it.
Yeah.
So there is a level of inhibitions, isn't there, that clings on, that doesn't allow you just to completely let loose. And the same with like jokes. When I was drunk, I'd be so funny and so witty and like really quick. And I can't access that version of me when I'm sober.
No, definitely. I think alcohol, I think like quite a lot of people use it, right? Is it pushes that self-criticism. I can't have a go at myself when I'm high, when I'm drunk, when any kind of situation. It's very
Yeah.
like, I understand my point, and I'm like, I'm doing the best I can. And that's how I feel about myself. And that's, I
Oh,
don't, it's horrible that you should have to have a drink to have that like compassion for myself. Like, it's
yeah.
just in my head. Very rarely am I like, oh, I look like this. I'm just like, just get through the next few, how depending how I'm thinking, like really, really drunk, where I'm just like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just
Like,
doing the best I can.
but even like, say, like when we've been at festivals and stuff, and we want to be creating content, funny content for the platform. I know that tipsy me would have been like getting proper into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like performing my poetry, going for it, whatever. And I just find it like sad sometimes that because I just don't know what it is that just unlocks that, like the floodgates open, and it just allows me to do it.
It's yourself.
Yeah. I'm determined though this year at the festivals, like got so many old poems that I found, and I'm like, we're gonna have downtime. Like we can be filming these things. Like I'm just determined to be more on the ball.
I'm the same. My most favorite filmographer has made his own YouTube channel. So I've spoke on this channel before, and to you, Linz, about Shane Dawson and Garrett Watts, who both make their own YouTubes of videos, but their cameraman and videographer does a lot of the editing, shooting. I didn't realize quite how much he brought to the table until he made this first YouTube video. And it's only 3 minutes long, and it's basically him being like, I didn't want to make this video until now. I've had 10 years on YouTube without having my own channel. And then he gets this folder out and it just says like undercover influencer. And he's like, I can't
That's
tell
so
you what this
cool.
is gonna be. And he's like explaining it, and the way it's cut and the way I'm like, he's just embodied everything that like
Is it
makes me
revived?
passionate.
Yeah.
No, my God, I want to film everything. Like
Yeah.
I've had to stop myself from being like, can I come and film the stress of the bus? Like, can I come and film the headache? Like, have you got any tears? And I can...
Oh, there's tears. There's been plenty of tears. You can come and film me. I'm not bothered.
That's not even for the filming. That's just to collect in a vial and be like, oh.
For the witchcraft later on. Brilliant. Right, let's see what we've got. A new viewer, I think.
Oh, I love that. Laura says,
Oh,
absolutely, I've never told Alice not to speak up because she doesn't agree. As long as she speaks up in the correct manner, I'm 100% for it. Yeah, as long
yeah.
as you can convey your message compassionately, respectfully, um,
Yeah, absolutely.
you're
And
winning.
that will take her far. That's the thing, in it. It's like schools telling everyone to, basically like pipe down and put up and shut up. And then we wonder why people get stuck in toxic relationships and in poor work situations. And it's like because they've literally spent 10 years being told that their opinion is worth nothing. So
Yeah.
why would they
And if you're
suddenly
getting
start standing up
punished,
for
it's
themselves?
because you did something wrong.
Yeah, like mad. So
Cheers to
yeah,
that,
really good
school.
that you're doing that with your daughter.
Hey, no. Leading Healing says, so glad to find alive to have some conversation. I was going through a quiet spell and felt lonely. I will see what comes
What
up for
comes
me
up?
to bring up your heads. Been in many places this morning. P.S. You're both likable and good hosts and
Oh.
British, yes? British, yes.
We are.
Uh, I don't drink alcohol. I'm not big about it, but sometimes I'd like to also hi to the Can you say hi to the
Others.
others? Is that the
Yeah,
thing?
yeah. So
Or
say hi
drink
to
to
the
have
others.
fun? Isn't necessary fun and joy. What makes the podcast unique? It seems great. I relate to this type of stream. But yeah, I just noticed the channel name. Oh, I love that. I love your deep voices, actually, kind of deep in
We have
multiple ways, right?
we've said that Emma before that we've both got quite deep voices. Hey, we've had the too much Botox comment again.
I can move all of my face. I am like, right,
I'm so
okay, let
being
me
clear.
let me show you behind the wizard's thing. There was a toucher thing on that smooths my face. See? Ain't no one that's paid any decent money for Botox.
I'm gonna say, like, I'm a massive detoxer as well, so there's just no way that I'm putting that into me. But I think they think that it's going to trigger people, like, oh, you've had too much Botox, and it's going to trigger people. But it's funny when you're talking to two people that genuinely haven't had it. Like, we haven't had any Botox.
If I've spent some money on my face to get Botox done, that's because I wanted it, and that still wouldn't upset me if you're like, too much Botox, like too
Yeah.
much shitty comments on the internet. But here we are, living our lives side by
Exactly.
side. Rudeness led by the host and my example, and do better towards others at that person. Yeah, we've got a lover for life here.
I know. Thank you. We appreciate it. So, our podcast, we're having a mental health chat this week because it's Mental Health Awareness Week. But usually we take a topic and we bring a scientific lens and a spiritual lens to it, and we look at how it can help us, but also kind of what's the science. Is there any science backing it? But what's the ancient belief around it? And yeah, it's quite like an alternative, holistic viewpoint, I would
Yeah,
say.
definitely. It's I like the two different perspectives, and I feel like anyone that joins in will really kind of,
Yeah,
you
gain
know,
something.
yeah, definitely. Um, I think that's how you identify. I love the nose ring. The
Oh,
nose ring
thanks.
is lovely, Lens. They're just rude trolls, yeah. Maybe they was
Yeah.
talking about themselves. Botox a waste of money, usually not necessary. I love this new follower. Thank you so much for joining us. You brought so much love to the chat.
Oh,
Laura says, "Both beautiful inside out." Oh, thank you, Laura.
thanks,
No
Laura.
needed Botox. Um, all over for life, but not necessarily a lover of life here from Canada.
Oh,
Shout out Canada. I'd love to be on the video sometimes with y'all, but for now in the chat we'll do my energy the first time. I'd like to help others
yeah.
with their mental health, and I do music also and
Oh,
chat, but right now
awesome.
I still need to take a streaming break. Um, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, life's
We go
been hard,
live.
everyone.
We go live every week, 6 till 7. So we would love you to become one of our regular listeners. And also because you've got knowledge yourself, sometimes the chat's really popping off and everybody's talking amongst
Yeah.
themselves. So, you've been more than welcome to share what you know and stuff. So
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the beauty of this, right? It's like half the time it's not us giving the advice. We're looking at you guys talking to each other in the chat, helping each other, and it's so sweet. Like we've got a brother and sister in the chat. It's it's a
yeah,
real
I love it.
family here.
It is a lovely community when it gets going, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And enjoy your social media break. As we say, make sure the break is a proper break and you're not giving yourself a hard time for it. Um, Happy to help mod, and thanks for that. I really appreciate that. If we start getting
Yeah.
overwhelmed with stuff, I'll definitely keep you in mind because it's not an easy job.
We do our best though, don't
Um,
we?
no, definitely.
Can I just
Uh,
say, how cute is this? So, I had the
oh,
family round for dinner on Sunday. It was like an early birthday dinner, and
that's
my
cute.
little niece Tiff, she'd got this little bracelet on. She's sick, and I'd said to her like, "Oh, I love your jewelry," because she's got like like bright coloured. Like she's an absolute babe. Like I love her. And when I came upstairs to my room, she'd snuck this into my makeup bag and not said a word. And it says like BFF on it. Look. And
Oh,
I just
baby.
I know, like, actually, how cute is that? Because I was like, do you know what? Like, she's not even done it for the dopamine hit because she's not told anybody or anything. She'd done it and then waited for me to find it in my own time, knowing what a lovely feeling that would be. And I thought that is so like progressed
It's a very,
for a
like,
6-year-old.
advanced and, like, the idea of, like, giving someone a secret surprise and not
Yeah,
ruining it. As an adult, I suck
yeah,
at it. If I bought you a present, I'm dying to tell you.
yeah, totally. But
It's just
yeah, I just spotted it next to my camera, and it's like so cute.
oh, Tiff, you absolute sweetheart. That's
I
so
know
nice.
she is. She is a babe.
Um, I'm rubbish with technology, never use YouTube. I just come on for this. Oh, thank you. I wanted to reply to these comments, but couldn't work it out. But what a wonderful person leading healing is. Yeah, 100%. I
Oh,
think we bring the best people to this chat. I really do. Uh, a secret gift. A secret gift was her name, Vicky.
Tiffany.
Sure. Oh, Tiffany.
So, have
That's
you
so
got any
cool.
final like messages that you would like to put out? Mental Health Awareness Week. Have you got a top tip or a word, like a kind of final sentence,
Do you know what?
a
There's no
notion?
like no like sign off. It might sound a little bit self-promoting, but we are on our 105th episode. We've covered so much. I understand that it's not quite the same when we're not live, but there is so much that we've covered. And there's also other series. Lindsay did hers. I've got my other live one. There's so much content on this channel.
Yeah,
Have a browse. That's my see, just have a browse through all the videos, go to
yeah,
live, go to the videos, go to the different playlists, and just see, is there anything that's up there that I could relate to? Because yeah, we've done so much, and I worry that as the years go on, people forget about the
yeah,
ones that we have covered, and they're still just as relevant.
yeah. They absolutely are.
Um,
Sometimes I like tune into an old episode to get some content for like a reel, and then before I know it, I've listened to about 15-20 minutes, and I'm like, oh, that was so good.
it's just us
We
talking.
said such valuable stuff.
Laura says,
um,
yes, use Steph as your therapist. I'll happily take that.
Hey, oh yeah, wicked. Yeah, that's a great shout.
Thank you,
And
Laura. I'll pay
also
you later.
before we came on the live, the podcast channel was on 399 subscribers, so we're one off hitting the around 400. So if anyone's watching right now and you've not hit the subscribe button, and I know I used to do it all the time as a YouTube watcher, I'd hit subscribe, then realize, oh, I've not got an account. So and then I'd forget to make the account. So we're coming off the live now. Make yourself an account and subscribe
You
to
can,
us.
yeah, you can sign up with Google, Facebook. It happens really quick if you do it through your phone. It doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, no, it's free.
Let's have a browse. How many followers have we had?
Oh wait, oh, Jaws.
402.
Yeah, Jaws just put in the chat 402 subs now. Yay! So we've made that
Yours.
port.
So lovely to see you. Thank you. That's so cool. I love that you were the one to present the news to us. That's wicked. The button doesn't say the word after I hit it, but I did.
Oh
Oh
no,
my
we
god, I remember you,
appreciate it.
Jaws. Oh, that's so cool. Well,
Love
as you
it.
guys reconnect, I suppose that's our time to say goodbye. But
I
do
know
you have
that
any
whizzed by.
how rude? No, do you have any closing messages to the people?
My thing this week has been all about choices. Sometimes we feel like we've got no choices, but we always have choices. And somebody asked me yesterday, what's your secret to being happy? And this week I've not felt that happy. So it, really got me thinking. And I thought happiness itself is a choice, but I choose to look on the bright side. I choose to make the most of every situation, even when it's really bad. And I think they're the kind of like choices that I would highlight, that they're only little, but they're little choices that can become habits that then become a choice to feel happiness over not. So, thinking about those little choices, where in your life can you find a silver lining, and where in your life can you make the best of a bad scenario and stuff. So that would be my
No,
thought
definitely.
thought of the
Oh, I love
moment.
that. I hope for anyone out there that is struggling with anything at the minute, I hope you heard that message because that's really good. That's really sweet. Um,
So for you guys panicking that the live's going to end and you're not going to be able to connect, you'll be able to comment on the video after it's done. So
Yes, I
just
will be very quick.
leading, healing, continue chatting in the comment section. That's how you can connect. Even when this stream is over. I tried to say live and stream then at the same time. This strive.
ADHD.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. And like we said, like, subscribe, keep Bus Different in your prayers. We're hoping for a good outcome and an adventurous summer with lots of content coming your way. So yeah. If you want to find out more about us, in the description is a link to our website, busdifferent.com, and you can there's ways to contact us through there. Until next time, have a lovely week and look after your mental health this week and forevermore.
Take care, guys. It's been brilliant.
Oh, knocking stuff off. Wait a minute. You got any paper?
I have.
I haven't got any, so I'll just do it too.
Dun 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 dun.